Do you have a personal brand? If your answer was no, let me explain. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was invited to do a speech on my school about personal branding. And then while I was doing that, I realized that a lot of people don't know that they actually even have their own personal brand. Literally, everyone has a personal brand. Your dad, your mom, your grandma, your neighbor, every one of them has their own personal brand. It's their reputation essentially. Let me explain, right? People already describe you. They talk about you. This guy is smart, this guy is funny, this guy is a nuisance, and your actions will also create patterns. Let's say in a classroom, you're the person to always man up and take initiative and get things done. Even in an office setting, you're the one who always jumps up the opportunity, grab it, and then execute it. So that sort of action actually puts a pattern in people's mind. Okay, you know what? This guy actually knows what he's doing. This guy can actually be a leader. So those things that you do instill in their minds about your capabilities. And it's not just that, it's everything you post about. Your online presence leave clues. So if you post a lot about gym, that would make your personal brand more towards a gym bro or an athletic person. But if you're a person who spends their time with their family, posting a lot of pictures about your kid, your wife, your husband, then people would associate your personal brand as this is a family person, this is a family guy. It goes into people's heads like that. So like based on the stuff that you post, like if you're always posting about entrepreneurial quotes, photos of your laptop working from cafes and whatnot, then in people's mind it's like, oh, this guy is a hustler, this guy is entrepreneurial, you know. So those tiny things that you post actually has a big impact even though you don't realize it. This reputation spreads with or without you. That's the problem when it comes to personal brand. You can actually not care about it, and that's totally fine. But the issue is people are going to actually label you. So not controlling it is a choice. And if you don't control it, people will literally take control of it and assign a personal brand for you. If you're a founder, a business owner, or someone trying to grow, that's not where you should be, right? So why do you need a personal brand in the first place? First one is it increases your credibility. If you're a business owner, if you're an aspiring business owner, if you're already an entrepreneur doing something, you need to have credibility. It's incredibly hard to do business nowadays without trust because people buy based off of trust. People deal with you because they trust you. If they have the slightest hint that you're gonna screw them over or something, no one would want to work with you. So trust is very important, and one of the easiest ways to build trust is to have a solid personal brand. If you have a really good personal brand, your suppliers will trust you, your prospects will trust you, and they will just convert to customers and clients. It's going to be really easy to deal with those challenges when you have trust. The other aspect is you can attract top tier talent. Think of a really successful business person who you would work for free. Elon Musk could be one of them, Mark Cuban, or literally anyone, right? I'm pretty sure a list of names popped into your head. Why do you wanna work for them for free? That is because they have an extremely strong personal brand. Imagine you have a strong personal brand and you're hiring. You can easily attract top tier talent because of your personal brand, because people want to work with people whom they aspire to be, like someone who has their success so that they can work with them, they can learn from them, or they can even grow with them. So you can attract the best people when you have a strong personal brand. No one's gonna want to work with someone who don't even know who you are, right? Like if I don't know who you are, like I will have a second or even a third guess about like why should I work with you. So let's say there's person A and there's person B. Both of them are paying a salary of $60,000 a year, and then person A is not well known and even you don't know about it. You just applied because the position was vacant. Person B is a well-known figure, has a really good reputation and has solid firm, and you got both the offers. Who do you think you're gonna go for? If all the other variables are the same and if it's just the personal brand that is a bit different, you would definitely go with option B, because you also want to be associated with that person B's personal brand, the value they have created for themselves. You know, you want a little bit of that, so you would go for that. Same goes if you have a strong personal brand. People will literally want to work with you because of that. So when you have the trust of your suppliers, your prospects, and then once you have a lot of clients coming in, and then then once you have the best talent, those stuff combined will result in growth. That's the next thing. Your business will grow faster because you have a strong personal brand. And that's not it. Once you have a strong personal brand, competing becomes easy because you are a founder who poured a lot of time and energy into building your personal brand apart from growing a business, right? And there could be other competitors out there who didn't see the value of a personal brand. It's so easy to just outcompete them once you have a strong personal brand. So those are like just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the benefits of personal branding. But there's a common misconception when it comes to building personal brands, especially with people who are new to it, and it's that they are afraid to fail in public. What does that mean? So when you are growing your personal brand, you are putting yourself out there. And if you're growing it properly, you actually have to be authentic. And the only way to be authentic is if you actually intentionally showcase both the good and the bad, the pretty and the ugly. You have to show both of them. People are just afraid to show their losses. It can be an ego problem, or it can be, they're just embarrassed to show that because they think that only if you show the success that people would want to work with you. But that's not the case. When you have to do that, people might think, okay, what if I fail miserably? I put all of my reputation onto building a business and then the business crashed. So my personal brand, will that also crash with it? No, that's the beauty of it. Obviously, there will be a few people who would just, laugh at you or dismiss you, whatever. But even though you failed, there will be a lot of people who are ready to give you a helping hand, give you opportunities, help you out, get you out of that hole. And that's because they literally saw what you went through to grow that business. A lot of people assume like, okay, if I fail, that means my entire reputation is just gone. And then I'll have to start rebuilding from scratch. But then the people are going to remember that I failed this and that. So am I doomed? But it's actually the opposite. Like, it's okay to fail in public. Once that happens, and when you fail in public, your personal brand will act as a safety net. And even in a crisis scenario, founders or executives with strong personal brands recovers from a bad situation 3 or 4 times better than a founder or an executive without a personal brand would. Think about it. If you are a big executive in a Fortune 500 company and then some bad press about you goes out and none of the people have heard about you, so they're like, okay, who is this guy? What are they talking about? Like, everyone's going to associate you with that bad press because they don't know about you, because they haven't seen you. You haven't made an effort to build your personal brand. But imagine if you had put effort into building like a really strong personal brand, and then you are known for like a lot of good things that you did for the community, a lot of your accomplishments, everything, and then a bad press comes up. It's a small thing now because you have done a lot of good and strong positive things out there. Like, people are not gonna care about it. So look at Mark Zuckerberg. 3 or 4 years ago, people were just making fun of him, and then fast forward to today, he's like a rock star founder now, right? And massive credit to his PR team because they did a stellar job constructing that figure. They renamed the company to Meta, and then he went viral for doing all this cool stuff. I think he was like skating with an American flag, and then he went MMA fighting and uplifted his own personal brand as like this rock star founder kind of vibe. So he managed to build that personal brand, and along with that, the company's stock level rose. People started trusting him more. He got invited to more and more podcasts. And even look at Elon Musk. He tweets out anything, and literally the Tesla stock goes up or down depending on what he tweets. So that's the power of personal branding. You don't need more convincing that you need a personal brand. You should be asking me, okay, how do I build a personal brand? It actually depends on where you are right now. So like, if you are like a student or someone just getting into the industry, the first thing is to obviously pick a direction that you are interested in or you are curious about. Once you pick that direction, you have to start learning publicly. Okay, let's say that you are interested in vibe coding. So if you're interested in vibe coding, just make a post or make a video about it. Say that, okay, hey, I'm this guy, I'm this many years old, I'm interested in doing this, and I want to be doing this someday. So people will associate or resonate with your journey, and then they will eventually start following you, and then you are learning with them. So you can be like, okay, today I discovered this tool that helped me build this, and this is how I did it. People who have maybe like a few steps ahead of you will look at how you built it and maybe give you feedback. People a few steps below you will be like, okay, how did you do that? Can you teach me? And people who have no idea about vibe coding or AI might actually reach out to you and be like, hey, can you build a landing page for my website? And that will be like your first client. That's how learning in public can actually push your growth. So talk like a learner and then just share your story. So if you're someone who's just starting off, that's the easiest way you can grow right now. The most important thing that you should do is to be consistent. If you're not consistent with the content you put out, it's never gonna work. So the only way that you can guarantee that you're consistent is to pick a schedule that works for you. For me, right now, according to my current schedule, I am comfortable with posting one YouTube video a week. I would ideally like to be posting like 2 or 3 a week, but maybe I can commit to that for like the first 2 or 3 weeks. But after that, work sets in and then I cannot be consistent. So I rather stick to a schedule that works for me consistently. I think that you should do the same. It's easy to get excited about a goal and go all in, but eventually you'll just get burnt out or lose the motivation. So it's better to be consistent with how you're putting out content. Let's say you are someone who's not just starting off, but you're someone who actually made it, or you're in like a high position, and then you feel like, okay, you know what, I actually need to do a better job of growing my own presence or being a bit more well known. Well, I got you. When it comes to an experienced person, it's all about storytelling. And trust me, everyone loves a good story. It's just that you need to say it in a way that it resonates with the audience that you're trying to get the attention of. So if you're trying to get in front of different founders or other executives or other CEOs, then your story needs to resonate for them. Or if you're trying to maybe build a coaching page, then say it in a way that people a few levels below you will understand and would actually want to learn from you. So it's just a way of balancing out and narrating your story. So for you, you don't have to talk like a learner. It's just that, you have to talk like a person who's experienced and who's literally teaching and narrating their own story about how you grew and, why did you make this decision. When it comes to the end of it, whether you are an experienced person, whether you are someone who's just starting off, a personal brand is literally your story. It's just a matter of, are you going to let someone else tell your story, or are you going to take control of it and be the author of your own story? And that's personal branding. So we have come to the end of this video. I hope you got a better understanding of what personal branding is and how crucial it is in your entrepreneurial or your business journey. Use the comment section, connect with each other, connect with me on LinkedIn, and then let's have a chat, and maybe I can even guide you and give you advice on how you can further grow your personal brand, especially on LinkedIn. So connect with me and I'll see you on the next video. Till then, peace out.